Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 DLF Forum. My name is Jennifer Ferretti, pronouns she, her, hers, and I'm the Digital Library Federation Senior Program Officer at the Council on Library and Information Resources, known as CLIR.
And I am Aliya Reich. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the Program Manager for Conferences and Events.
I'm Gayle Schechter. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the Program Associate.
We are beyond excited to welcome you to this year's events. While I personally have attended and presented at Forum, as well as NDSA's digital preservation in the past, to be part of the CLIR team for this year's events is extra special. DLF is a community of practitioners who advance research, learning, social justice, and the public good through the creative design and wise application of digital library technologies. Our member institutions make the work of DLF possible. However, individuals, regardless of institutional status, are invited to participate in DLF events such as this one and our working groups, which you'll hear more about later. The Forum is our signature event and serves as a meeting place, marketplace, and congress. For some of you, this might be your 5th DLF Forum or 10th or 15th. For some of you, it's your very first. Some of you are students or early career professionals. Some of you may have worked in libraries, archives, or museums for a significant period of time. Some of you work in university libraries, others at public libraries, at liberal arts colleges, at historically Black colleges and universities, at tribal colleges and universities, at museums. Some of you may be between jobs at the moment or thinking about what's next. Whoever you are, however you are, we're so happy that you're here to join this community of doers, of dreamers, of workers, of thinkers. Though in some ways, we're truly disappointed to be convening virtually. At this time last year, we really did think we might be together in person. We're glad to be able to sit with you and welcome you into the DLF village. Our team would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge that we are speaking to you from our homes on the unceded traditional territories of the Susquehannock, Nantigo, Nanticoke, and Piscataway peoples, known as Baltimore, Maryland, where Aliya and I are settlers, and the Muskogee Creek Nation, known as Atlanta, Georgia, where Gayle is settled. Those watching and participating in the forum are gathered across many lands, utilizing the internet for a conference centered around digital libraries and its workers. We were moved when Adrian Wong of Spider Web Show asked participants of the Digital Plus performance convening to reflect not only on the lands and waterways they were privileged to gather on, but also on the legacies of colonization embedded within the technologies we use and who has access to them. Adrian Wong also recognized the impact of the carbon footprint of technologies, which disproportionately impacts Indigenous communities, which has been an ongoing topic of discussion here at CLIR. Through this land acknowledgement and donation made to the Rappahannock Tribe of Virginia, which is where CLIR headquarters is located, we hope to exemplify CLIR's commitment to beginning this process of interrogation and dismantling of the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. We offer gratitude to the Indigenous peoples, past and present, who have cared for the lands we're on.
As many of you know, this isn't the first time we have had to convene this event in a virtual format. At last year's virtual DLF Forum, we thought a lot about the idea of building community while apart. Since then, we have all continued to move at a breakneck pace, working and starting and leaving our jobs, caring for our families, seeing our friends, remaining active and engaged citizens in the world, trying to be and do it all without rest. At this year's forum, community remains at the center as always, but we are focusing more on the concept of sustenance, of caring for our community. We've kept this in mind with regard to decisions at all levels. With everything from our conference platform, Midspace is an accessible one-stop shop so your attention can be in one place, to our content, thoughtfully proposed by a diverse range of community members, to our schedule, not overbooked, compared at least to our typical conference, with ample breaks and wellness opportunities, and a good rhythm of pre-recorded and live sessions to break up your day. We hope our guiding focus of sustaining the community comes through to you in a calming, nourishing conference experience this year.
A note on community safety and inclusion. As is the case every year, to help keep this wonderful community safe, all of our events this week are guided by DLF's Code of Conduct. Last year, our amazing Committee for Equity and Inclusion helped us revise this code of conduct to be more explicit about expectations and reporting procedures for online events. We ask all attendees to review the code of conduct at diglib.org/code. We know that the best problem solving and critical thinking happens when people with a wide array of experiences and perspectives come together to work in comfort and safety as peers. We therefore expect participants in the DLF community to help create thoughtful and respectful environments where that interaction can take place. If you see or experience a code of conduct violation, you can tell us directly through Midspace by clicking My Chats on the right sidebar and selecting Help Desk, by DMing a conference organizer, or if you see an offensive chat message, click the flag button to make a report to the organizers directly. You can also contact us by phone or text at 732-RESPECT. That's 732-737-7328. By email at respect@clir.org, or by anonymous reporting form on the Code of Conduct page of our website at diglib.org/code. Thank you for helping to keep our community safe, open, and respectful.
Community. As we've mentioned, community is once again at the very core of this year's events. Now we'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge the amazing work so many of you did to help this event come to fruition, because it wouldn't have without you. Our program committee helped us form another wonderful call for proposals, reviewed the submission pool, helped us decide what we should present this year, and formulated it into a compelling, compact 3-day program that we're so excited for you all to finally see. Following last year's pivot from in-person forum fellowships to a virtual community journalist program, our fellowship committee thoughtfully reviewed the many wonderful applications we received to determine this year's awardees. Congratulations, by the way, to our 10 2021 community journalists, the majority of whom are first-time DLF Forum attendees. They will attend this year's events and share their experiences on the DLF blog later this year. Our community committee dreamed up activities that would get you excited to celebrate our events together online, and even more importantly, to help you stay well in the process. Our sponsorship committee helped us identify great companies that make the most compelling asks possible to support the important work that happens during this event. And without members of our Committee for Equity and Inclusion and our Digital Accessibility Working Group, our events would not be as open and accessible as they are. From advice on platform choice, yay Midspace, to the call for proposals and website language. These groups of fantastic folks let us know where we can improve, and they help us get it right. We're so grateful for the efforts of all of these amazing members of our community.
CLIR staff have been incredibly helpful and supportive of this year's events. They have and will continue to contribute their time and labor to ensure the success of our events this year, and we're all so grateful to work with such brilliant, generous people. It takes an exorbitant amount of time to organize virtual events, and the CLIR team has helped us do a little bit of everything, including theme titling, copy editing and reviewing, platform and registration testing, drafting and sending speaker contracts, not to mention their generous encouragement and support along the way. We'd like to give a special shout out to Sharon Burney, whom we should all thank for her help in securing Dr. Stacey Patton and Dr. Nikole Hannah-Jones as our opening keynote speakers. Special thanks must also go to Louisa Quazagra, Managing Director at CLIR, who served as interim DLF Senior Program Officer until June of this year. Also special thanks to Erin O'Donnell, who has managed our sponsorship campaign quite successfully for our 2021 events.
Speaking of sponsors, as you all know, DLF Forum and NDSA's digital preservation were free with an option to donate. Support from our event sponsors made that possible. Thank you to this year's event sponsors, AVP, Data Curation Experts, Cortex powered by Adam Matthew Digital, Ubiquity Press, DuraCloud, and Digital Bedrock. Be sure to check out our Platinum sponsor demos happening once per day during the event, and visit all of our sponsors in their booths to give them a big thank you for their support of our events. DLF never shares attendee contact information with sponsors, so it's extra important to show them the love during our events this week. We'd also like to thank everyone who generously made donations to us this fall in one of two ways. First, folks donated during registration, which totaled more than $6,700 as of this recording. And those funds go towards offsetting platform costs, which are by far the priciest part of putting on a virtual event. 54 folks also purchased a Forum t-shirt and made donations via our custom ink fundraiser. Proceeds from t-shirt sales, which reached an amazing $870, go directly to our child care fund, which is in place to help support caregivers when we meet in person again in 2022.
Now we'd like to take a few minutes to go over some important conference logistics with you. First, we're excited to be using a new platform this year for our event, a fabulous little platform called Midspace. We selected Midspace because it's the most accessible conference platform we encountered in our search, and we feel confident that it'll bring the best, most comprehensive experience to all members of our community. That said, there is always a learning curve with new platforms. To help you navigate it, check out our FAQ page on our website, forum2021.diglib.org/FAQ. There you'll find information that's helpful for you, whether you're a presenter or an attendee. If you need assistance during the event, find us in the help desk room under Socialize in the platform, or email us at forum@diglib.org and we'll help you out. We'll be using conference hashtags again this year, so make note of them if you're planning to tweet. Tweet about our events using hashtag DLF Forum, crowdsource help from us or the community on hashtag DLF Village, and don't forget to share pet pictures with hashtag DLF Pets. We also have an OSF repository. OSF is a persistent place for conference materials to live in perpetuity. Presenters have been encouraged to drop their slides and materials in OSF at osf.io/meetings/DLF2021, all caps. We'll also have shared community notes again this year. Head to bit.ly/2021CLIR, all caps, for our shared notes for all events. Moderators will be adding to them during sessions, but you're welcome to do so as well. If there's a session you have to miss, you can catch up on the notes later. Now that we've covered some logistics, let's dig into the schedule. There are so many great sessions to check out during our event this year, and we'll take a moment now to highlight some of them for you. We are offering 16 45-minute pre-recorded sessions of panels and combination sessions. Combination sessions are 3 separate 15-minute presentations grouped into one session on a similar theme. The content is better than ever this year, and we're so excited to share it with you. We're experimenting with a new session type called Birds of a Feather sessions in direct response to feedback last year requesting more video and live session time in future CLIR virtual events. Birds of a Feather sessions are live video conversations where folks can discuss a topic of the proposer's choice, share ideas, and ask questions in the spirit of shared knowledge. You can check out Birds of a Feather sessions today and tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. We are also delighted to be partnering with the HBCU Library Alliance again this year to present 2 partner sessions today and tomorrow. Look for Urban Renewal and Digital Partnerships, Advancing Community Connections on the schedule today, and Engagement for Achievement, Digitization, Library Operations, and Student Success tomorrow.
Though the annual forum is considered DLF's signature event, throughout the year, a committed community gravitates to us from within and beyond DLF's institutional membership, working across boundaries of many kinds and making the Digital Library Federation a force for good. Our working groups provide opportunities for digital library practitioners to collaborate and get stuff done by using DLF as a framework for action. As robust communities of practice, DLF groups embody our mission by strengthening connections among digital library practitioners engaged in work around policy advocacy, professional standards, ethics, issues of representation and diversity, labor, equity and inclusion, and other matters of concern to digital library practitioners and the people and publics we serve. Participation in DLF's working groups is open to all who are interested, regardless of affiliation with a DLF member institution. During the afternoons on Monday and Tuesday, and on Wednesday morning this week, attendees are cordially invited to join our working group meetups to find out what makes the hashtag DLF Village such an engaging, passionate, and supportive community. Lastly, in addition to all of the great conference content and programming over the next 3 days, we're happy to offer some wellness and social opportunities too. Be sure to take a close look at the schedule for those chances to unwind or connect before, after, and between sessions over the next 3 days.
And now a welcome message from CLIR's president, Dr. Charles Henry.
Welcome all to the 2021 DLF Forum. I'm Chuck Henry, president of CLIR. I'm speaking to you today from Wabanaki, which translates into the land of dawn. This is from northern New England. This land was named by the original peoples here, the Abenaki tribe. The Abenakis have been on this land for over 12,000 years. I think you'll agree with me that the Sears Forum is typically exciting. Nikole Hannah-Jones, Stacey Patton, and Nisha Modi will provide exemplary insight and wisdom to help us navigate the very complex circumstances that we find ourselves in today. And the agenda is itself typical. It is vibrant, it's inclusive, and it's encompassing. And I'm sure you'll find many compelling presentations and projects that will interest you and help you in your work. I'd also like to introduce and welcome at this time Jenny Ferretti. She's the new Senior Program Officer for DLF. We are absolutely invigorated by Jenny's appointment and so grateful for her leadership in this era of disruption. I and others will continue to work with Jenny to explore ways that we can expedite and further interest DLF members in some very interesting emerging projects at CLIR. And these include a global scale for knowledge sharing pertinent to climate change, and a similarly extensible and extensive digital library for helping to preserve our endangered cultural heritage. So I'm convinced that the coming years will be transformative, and I look forward to working with all of you to effect those transformations. And we do that by continuing to strengthen our communities of practice and purpose. So thanks again to all of you for attending the forum and for bringing it to life. Thank you.
Thanks, Chuck. Now we'll introduce the opening keynote conversation entitled 1619 through 2021, A Black Journalist Turns the Light of Truth on the History of American Race. We welcome back Dr. Stacey Patton, who is an award-winning journalist, child advocate, and Howard University professor, who last year presented the forum keynote talk titled, Do Black Lives Matter in Galleries, Libraries, Archives, and Museums? Dr. Patton returns this year to host a conversation with Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times journalist and MacArthur Fellow, Dr. Nikole Hannah-Jones. Dr. Hannah-Jones is the creator of the New York Times 1619 Project, a groundbreaking collection of work in both digital and print format, with a book of the same name coming later this month. Dr. Hannah-Jones has also gained notoriety after being denied tenure at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, which later reversed their decision. Dr. Hannah-Jones ultimately announced she would join the faculty of Howard University, where she is the Knight Chair in Race and Journalism and founded the Center for Journalism and Democracy. At CLIR, we work diligently to amplify unheard voices through DLF, Recordings at Risk, digitizing hidden collections, and other projects. So we are so honored that Dr. Hannah-Jones is willing to share her perspective and experiences on this theme. We saw the intellectual partnership between researchers and library, archives, and museum professionals exemplified through this conversation, and we hope you do as well. We'd like to give a special shout out to WHUT, Howard University Television, for producing the video you're about to see. And a reminder to be kind to yourself over the next few days, stand periodically if you are able, drink when you are thirsty, snooze notifications and post away messages to be fully present if you can. And remember that if you are called away, the majority of the program's recordings will be available on YouTube later this year or in 2022, so you can return to anything you may have missed. With that, enjoy the conversation in the next 3 days at the DLF Forum. Thank you so much for being here.